Welcome to FOMO Consulting for your daily AMC stock analysis video on Monday, July 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over this week's battle plan for AMC stock. And as always, the apes are winning, the diamond hands are winning. Most importantly, the retail investors winning. So if you find this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, certainly comment, most importantly, subscribe. It is a newer channel, and I would certainly appreciate the support. Let's get into the video. Thank you as always to each and every one of you who has liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. It means the world to me. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So let's start with a quote. Hold the vision. Trust the process. Holding AMC and GME and others is the vision of the apes, the diamond hands, the retail investor. Trusting the process, even on the red days, is obviously very important. And on this holiday weekend, for the birthday of the United States of America, July 4th, I'm reminded that the early colonists that so desperately wanted a new life, a new freedom, a new world, they had to go through far more dangerous times, far more adversity than a couple of red days on a stock market. But at the end of the day, they did hold the vision and they trusted their process. And at the end of the day, the United States of America was born. That gives me a lot of hope, me personally. And on this holiday weekend, as we remember that, and going into this week, I am definitely going to trust the process. So overall, Green Day on Friday, we've been through this. Futures are actually looking pretty good overall at this time. Who knows what tomorrow will bring, but overall, I'm expecting probably some more bullish nature. I believe some of the inflation fears and all that are gone. We've had 7 record days for the S&P in a row, which is phenomenal. So overall, let's see what tomorrow brings. Crypto is having a red day. Speaking of trusting the process, if you're invested in crypto, obviously you are very much involved in holding the vision and trusting the process. As you can see, but overall, I think longer term, in my opinion, it's a good investment. What gives me the most confidence around this graphic is the 391 long whales that are invested in AMC. Now, granted, we're not Apple, we're not Google, we're not, Facebook. We don't have thousands of whales, but we have 391 that are on our side. We have 14 short only opponents that we have to beat, and then you have 26 long and short, which are quote unquote hedge funds, right? But overall, we are overwhelmingly supported by long only whale positions. That gives me a lot of confidence in what we're doing. And as you can see, sorted by largest to smallest, we all know about Vanguard, BlackRock. But if you look at the amount of shares that they hold, largest to smallest going down, and you look just to the left of that, the average price. Now, many of you may have a better average price. You may be in at 5, right? I'm in at 7. But these institutions are no different really than you and I. Do they want to squeeze? Of course they do. Do they want the price to rise? Of course they do. Do they want the shorts to pay a price? Probably. Some of them anyway. Some of them may be long and short. Some of them may be loaning shares. But at the end of the day, these people are in this to make money, and they invested very early, as you can see, at a very large position. So overall, I have a high level of confidence, not only if the squeeze with the shorts covering, but also with the whales that are holding it up, as well as obviously the 80% of the apes and diamond hands, right? Always fun to look at. Pre-timing, very, very bullish week predicted. We shall see. Big grain of salt. German apes had a heck of a day, up 2.5% today, 44.43 euros. Well done. Congratulations. We hope to add to that total tomorrow. F9, fantastic run. Fantastic run. The box office experience is not dead. They have now crossed 500 million worldwide, 126 million domestically. You can't beat it. I mean, people are going to the theaters, people are supporting the theaters, and more importantly, when's the last time you've seen an article about the revenues being produced by the streaming services? I can't say I've seen any reports or data or financials around that, right? And Black Widow, adding to that, comes out this upcoming weekend, just keeping the momentum up. Fundamentally, this may be a huge catalyst. F9, positive media sentiment this week, this weekend going into tomorrow. Black Widow coming out this upcoming weekend. The following weekend, Space Jam, one after the next, right? And obviously, you can see where the media, as of today, is coming out. A lot of positive media attention around the box office sales. F9 beat Godzilla for the 2021 record. Again, that is positive catalyst, positive momentum. Fantastic. And as you can see, worldwide, the box office experience is not dead. Now, some of this does not relate to AMC. It's just not in their geography where they're at. But worldwide, Hi Mom did $822 million. F9, you can see, is number 3 now at 500 million. Godzilla vs. Kong at 446 million. Quiet Place 2. I mean, the totals are astronomical as it relates to limited capacities. Obviously, people coming out of pandemics, there are certain markets that haven't even shown Godzilla vs. Kong yet. So this is fantastic, and Japan, to my understanding, has not even reported their numbers yet. So some of these totals may get close to $1 billion in ticket sales. Absolutely phenomenal. The box office experience is not dead. Of course, this is not a dead cat, right? And another thing playing in our favor, this Charles Schwab, we've adjusted margin requirements. AMC stock 200% margin for short positions, 100% margin for long positions, yada, yada, yada. And TD Ameritrade, 100% requirement on AMC, and GME short selling is not allowed at this time. That's great news. And there's other brokerages, obviously restricting loaning shares, other margin requirements coming into place. So again, this is starting to squeeze. You've got all the DTCC, SEC, NSCC, regulations that are coming and have come into to play. We may not have seen the results of that yet, but obviously we've got the threshold security list coming out. And just a piece of note, SEC, Justice Department, charged hedge fund trader with using customer orders for personal gains. So the SEC is watching this very, very closely. They're watching our opponents very closely. And as you can see, the threshold security list as of Friday, look, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of DD. Is certainly viable and much appreciated. I don't think any of us can sit here right now and understand or predict what this week will bring with those FTDs. Obviously, we hope for the best and prepare for the worst, right? But the reality is, our opponent doesn't really play by the rules, right? So Overstock, back in December of 2007, one of the more manipulated stock, Patrick Byrne, the CEO at the time, came to the revelation that he was actually one of the most outspoken advocates against naked short selling. But at the time of this report, they came out, they spent 666 days on the threshold security list. So, and Reg Show was in place at that time. So all of these new regulations that have come about in the last couple of weeks, 05, 02, what have you, are all, I believe, part of the process, right? Hold the vision, trust the process. So overall, AMC had, in my opinion, it was a rough Friday. Obviously, we got shorted very heavily. The iceberg crap came out. Minutes later, heavy short attack, FUD articles. It was definitely a coordinated attack without a doubt, but we are tied to the Russell, as you can see. They likely also shorted the ETFs we're connected to, IWM, IWN, and others. But we had a fantastic recovery throughout the second half of the trading day and up until close, and specifically after hours. We closed at 51.96, as we all know, up nearly $1 after hours. Again, I am feeling very bullish going into this week, but even on a lighter volume day, we were number 5 on the list, and we are always the most active. And you can certainly see we're at AMC Fire, or hashtag AMC Fireworks was trending on Friday. Keep up the good work, keep the positive momentum, keep the word out. As you can see, after hours had a nice low run up. I believe it sets us up nicely for tomorrow. Again, I've shown this before, but $50, $60 channel, we got pressed down, we wicked down, we recovered back into that channel. 55, I believe, is our comfort zone and above. We've spent an awful lot of time above 55. I am very, very bullish. We'll retake that in short order tomorrow, but we need to protect that 50 to 48 range. If we hit 48 and close below it, we could go down just a little bit more and retrace. We shall see, but as you can see on the 1 hour chart, we are beautifully set up on RSI and MACD. So again, going back to the Friday before Memorial Weekend, before the big run up, they did the exact same thing, no sweat. If you look going back to earlier in June, around the 11th and 12th, we were in a very similar pattern, as you can see, at very, very similar levels. You know, we were coming out of being pressed down. We are now, I believe, going to bounce back. RSI, same level. MACD about to have a bullish crossover, and the OBV certainly very solid. Where we are currently, I believe we are perfectly set up for a rebound, hopefully tomorrow, if not this week. I believe we should have an overall green week, although we are going to have a substantial short attack at some point. You know it, I know it, we all know it. AMC again, as you can see, that $50 level is absolute key. The beautiful part about this 2 hour chart, which is very dependable, is we did not open or close below the $50 level on any of those candles. Did we wick it? Yes. Did they press us down? Yes. But did we recover and get back on top of that level? We certainly did, which is very, very promising. Again, RSI is beautifully set up for a big, big run this week, and the MACD is starting to curl, as you can see. Hopefully we will have a bullish crossover. Again, same thing, trending down. If you look at all of the heavy short attacks, heavy selling pressure, the price is overall relatively flat. They have spent an enormous amount of effort and money to just suppress the stock. They cannot get the price down. And if you think about what's the absolute worst they can do, what, $10 they can knock us down, but that will likely recover from quite quickly. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you look at the indicators, they've already pressed us down on Friday to the oversold area. MACD has been trending downwards for weeks now. You know, we've seen their worst. Yes, they're going to try a few more desperate maneuvers, but I believe we are perfectly set up for a nice bullish run. And again, everybody's seen this a million times. We are still in the pennant, ready for a breakout. Volume is the key. We did have an uptick in volume Friday versus our more recent trend over the last week or so. Having close to 90 million in volume, I believe we get back to triple digits, 150, 200 million. We're going to see a breakout quite quickly. And again, on this particular pennant, you can see where they pressed it down. We need to regain that, but I believe this is a fake out breakout on the downside. Again, you can see the oversold nature of the RSI, and the MACD is beginning to have a bullish crossover. This is the 1 hour chart. I believe we are set up beautifully to make a big, big run this week. Alligator's mouth wide open, just kind of chilling. He certainly is getting ready to get hungry, in my opinion. RSI is back in that neutral range, and the MACD has been trending down, obviously, with all the heavy short pressure. A couple green days, and we will have a bullish crossover. The critical level in this regard is that $50 level, in my opinion. We stay above it consistently, we're fine. If we break below it, we may go back into the low 40s for a very short period of time. So protecting that red line, I believe, is very, very crucial. And quite frankly, I believe a lot of the algos, a lot of the technical traders, a lot of the day traders, they're waiting for us to make a move one way or the other. Uh, Everyone knows about the pennant. Everyone knows about the potential breakout upcoming over the next few days. And I believe there's a lot of big money sitting on the sidelines just waiting on verification of an up or down trend. GME had a great day, nice recovery overall, nothing to fear. I believe GME's brighter days are soon to come. The short position average age is around 36 days at this point. That has increased over the last couple of days, trending back up. They obviously reset their positions while it's been a consolidation period. At its highest point, we were in the 50s as far as days on average. So they've reset those positions, shorten the amount of time. No doubt this will increase over time. Short interest trend data, nothing's really changed, obviously, with markets being closed, but overall, you can clearly see the short interest is back. The battle lines this week, we are clearly just not a lot of options right at this moment, but the green lines will show you where the heaviest concentrations are at the $60 level and around that $70 level, as well as the $50 level. So this will fill in as the week goes on, but as you can see, there is a lot of open interest at the $100 level and the $145 level, interestingly enough. And as you can see, overall, a lot of open interest this week on the calls versus puts, but overall, the volume is certainly not anything like what is set up for next week. Obviously, you can see 304,000 versus 474 on the puts next week. Who knows? Maybe they're expecting a fall in price. Maybe they're expecting a huge jump. This is likely due to deep in the money puts, which hopefully 005 and some of these other regulations are now getting rid of. Let's close with a quote. I am an underdog person, so I align myself with those who seem to be not considered valuable by polite society. Jessica Hagedorn. Our opponent, trust me, believes they're better than us. We're just smooth-brained apes, right? Diamond hands and retail investors. We're the dumb money, as Matt would say. And that's exactly how we're perceived. But we're aligned. We are a community. We are the apes. We are the diamond hands. We are the retail investor. And I have no doubt whatsoever we are holding the vision and trusting the process. So if you found this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, certainly comment, most importantly, subscribe. It is a newer channel, and I would appreciate the support. But as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope your life is full of green candles. Take care. Have a great holiday week.